Well, welcome again to What's Broken. Today we're going to attempt to change this little idler pulley because it's got a fair amount of play in it on this Dodge Caravan 3.3 liter V6. Front and back tires have been blocked. Jacked it up with a hydraulic jack, put blocks under the front end. And we'll start by removing these little plastic rivet deals. Hopefully be able to reuse them. No, not that one. And one more down there. Looks like there's also a couple of screws here that'll have to come out. Yeah, it looks like underneath here there's a couple of more of those those little fasteners. There's one. And the other. And the reason we had to take those out is we need to get at this tensioner. Most vehicles you can get at it from the top, but this one's not all that simple. And you know, safety third, or maybe first, remove the negative side of the battery cable, seeing as my fingies are going to be down in the pulleys in the belt, so we don't want anything to inadvertently start. Not sure if I can show this part, but I may be able to get in there with just a little 3/8, I don't know what you call it, pry bar or strong arm. It doesn't ratchet. It's just got the 3/8 connector on the end. Hoping it'll fit into the hole. If not, it'll probably be a 1/2 inch one, and I can relieve the tensioner off that pulley, or off the serpentine belt, and then remove the pulley. Hopefully this will show. The end of a 3/8 socket or a tensioner wrench, if you own one, would go into the little hole there. I was able to get a pair of channel locks on. Took the tension off, it's braced against here, so I loosened the serpentine belt. So hopefully everything will sort of stay intact and I can change out that pulley or idler pulley from the top. So I broke the bolt loose. Now I'm just loosening it off from underneath. It's kind of a toss-up as to if it's easier to take it off from above or below. If I had some ratchet wrenches, which I think I'll invest in, it may make it a lot easier. The replacement one was $52 at a aftermarket jobber store, so not too bad. See if it's, yeah, I think it's finger loose now. There we go. Yeah, you can feel the play in it. So this was a replacement one, 38043, made by Gates, made in Canada. Looks like it came with a little shim or bushing. Slightly different style. Bushing's quite a bit smaller because of the inner diameter of this new pulley. Oh, that should do it. Because of the design of this particular one, the wrench, I don't know if you can really see, but the rounded design and smaller diameter doesn't allow the box end wrench to get in there, so I'm going to try to use a socket. Just enough room to get the socket in there. And I tighten it up with the good old wrench snipe. Okay, well, the new pulley's on. The only trick now will be to get the hold the tensioner with that pair of, I don't know, water pump pliers and try to get the rest of the belt on. So with any luck, I can take the tension off. Get everything back in place. Okay, here it is the next day. I picked up a new serpentine belt and I'm going to try out my new homemade belt tensioner wrench, so we'll see how that works. Should be pretty straightforward. Looks like it's a half inch socket drive, so I'm going to have to rebuild this and use the end off a 1/2 inch. But maybe I can get it with these. I brought a bigger set of channel locks. So we'll see how this works. I got the belt loose. See what kind of puzzle it'll be to get the new one in. There. The old one's out. And the reason for changing it is all of those little cracks. You know, the outside looks pretty good. It might run for who knows how many more kilometers, but better safe than sorry. So I won't really be able to show you putting the new one on. It's really quite tight under there. So go ahead and try and get it on without too much swearing, and I'll bring you back for the finished product before I button everything up. Okay, so the belt's on. Hook the negative post back up, or negative battery terminal. Okay, I'll go fire it up and make sure that the belt's running true and nothing gets hung up or spins off. Well, it looks like the belt's tracking. Everything's back in place. So I'd say we got it put in okay. So I've got that piece put in place. And we'll get the inner fender this one lined up in the hole. Don't want to overdo them and strip it out. That's good. And the last one will be to punch this broken stub through and replace it. I may try to come up with a little, I'm all out of these buttons, so I'm going to find a little nut and bolt and some washers and I'll button that up. I stowed the old belt and idler pulley in with the spare tire jack. You never know if you might need those. They would still get you out of a bind. Now I'm going to jack it up, pull the blocks out, put the tire on. I suspect most of you have seen a tire being put back on, so I'll shut it off here and hope you have a good day. We'll catch you on the next one. Bye for now.